Hello and welcome to Live Coding Happy Hour on today, August 19th. We are excited to be here with you. Let's get started with intros. Earl, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Earl Duque. I am the newest developer advocate. I joined the team 2.5 weeks ago, and I came from 4 years of being at customers, primarily in higher education. So I'm new to this. Today's exciting for me. They're letting me host my first one. I'm sure they're going to regret it very soon. So go, Brad.
Hey, my name is Brad Tilton. I'm a senior developer advocate with the program here at ServiceNow. I've been developing on the platform for a while, and I am excited for today as well. But before we get into what we're going to do, let's introduce our drinks. Earl, what are you drinking today?
Okay, so last week I had a special drink to be for my first appearance on Live Coding Happy Hour. Today I'm just going old school. I'm going to be drinking straight up dry Jack. So let's see how long I last on this Live Coding Happy Hour. And I might end up spiking it in some pineapple orange guava juice because I've been finding that I really like that combination of like rum or bourbon with like a pog drink. So
that does sound good. I've got a Brooklyn Brewing Special Effects. It's another one of these non-alcoholic beers. So we'll see how it goes.
Cool. Cheers.
All right. Well, today we are going to we're going to get into playbooks a little bit, right? So I guess before we get any further, Chuck's not on. He was having some internet issues and didn't make it on, and I forgot to mute my notifications. But yeah, so we are going to get into playbooks. We did a creator toolbox a couple of weeks ago where it was like a ton of playbook information, and I think the three of us were all just kind of like heads exploded, like there's a lot going on here. We need to get more into it. So Earl volunteered to take a look at it a little more. And I think we're going to take one of our internal processes and try to make a playbook out of it, right?
Sure. I'll go ahead and share my screen right now.
All right.
Okay, so in this Live Coding Happy Hour, it's a great opportunity because I'm going to be doing something that I've never done before in a system that I've only been in 2 weeks for. So we're really doing this live. We're going to see how far we can get. There might be a lot of hiccups along the way, but we're going to try our best. And so as Brad alluded to, we are going to try to make a playbook out of one of our existing processes. And that specific process is how we publish blogs or how we draft blogs from ServiceNow into our GitHub repository, which then gets pulled into up by a bot that posts these things live onto the developer blog at developer.servicenow.com. Plug one. That's my first plug for the developer site. So we have a process where we go into an artifact table, this artifact manager app that, who made this app, Brad?
I mean, I think it had to be Josh and Dave back in the day.
So this is way back in the day.
Yeah.
So we're going to, what you do is typically we manually create a record, we set all the settings. You create a record based off of an idea, and you pick an idea and you put it on a date and stuff like that, and then you ready it for work and assign it to people, and then it gets pushed into GitHub automatically. What we're going to do is simulate what if we had a more full process on that, and then build the playbook around it. So we're going to pretend that we have a ideation process, and then we're gonna pretend we have approval process and then a assignment process for getting these blogs up. And that's a lot of goals for how much I don't know what I'm doing. So we'll figure this out as we go along.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right,
see how it goes.
yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into process automation designer, which is where you create the playbooks from. And you'll see that we have nothing there because we literally just installed these plugins on this instance last night, and so it's completely fresh. So a lot of configurations might need to be done, and that's fine because if you are all watching along at home and trying to figure this out, hopefully this helps you get things set up too. I think I'm speaking too eloquently, so let me drink some more. Okay. We're gonna call this blog post playbook. And the one thing I've prepared before this episode is I created a source scope of a sourced app called Playbooks for Artifact Manager. So you'll see that's the application for that. All right, the trigger. This is how you want the playbook to actually initiate, and we're gonna do if the record is created or updated. And we're gonna say so artifact is what I think the table's called. Yeah, artifact. And we're going to trigger it based off of if the type, I think it's called, is blog post. I think that's all I'm going to say, and is not, and the state is idea. Okay, I'm going to say that so far. And then we're going to get started in the designing part of the playbook. All right, so once we get into pad, as we've been abbreviating it, you'll see it's in the now interface. So you'll see that it has that similar kind of design. And we're going to separate our process into lanes. And I kind of mapped it out in my brain earlier when I said what processes that we have. So I guess I should take a step back for that too. So why is pad helpful besides having like an automated process across like a record or a group? The great thing about this is you might have processes in like CSM or in incidents and stuff like that that span multiple teams. So like when we get this incident, this first group needs to do this, and then this group needs to do this, and then this group needs to do this. And some people would just reassign the assignment group. Some people would have different levels of incidents and stuff like that. But Playbooks is a way to consolidate everybody onto one screen, and so you can see where you are in the process, all via like one Playbook interface, which is cool. Which hopefully we can get there sooner than later.
Yeah, which in Flow Designer, you generally want your flows to be as short as possible and to do a thing. And they can call subflows and stuff. And this is more of like I have this big process that I want to do some automation with, and it may even span multiple tables. I think Phil asked a question. Our playbooks good for joining the journey between different types of records, and I would say they are better for that than Flow is.
Yeah.
And which they work together. It's not like don't use Flow, use Playbooks. They all work together.
Yeah, there's before Rome, you would basically watch the playbook from the originating record, the one that triggered it, but you could sit on that record, and even though it spans different tables and different kinds of records, it's all still within that one playbook. In Rome, they added the way to just launch the playbook interface by itself, and so you don't even have to be in like agent workspace or anything like that. And so you can be even more isolated into send people to the playbook, and they'll know what's the next thing to do. All right, so first, before we get into the activities, we're going to make our lanes. And so I'm going to make the first like stage is ideation, and we're going to say approval for the next one. I can't spell. And we're going to say that starts after ideation completes. And the last one, we're going to call it drafting, or yeah, we'll call it draft. All right. So I'm gonna just to show some different ones, I'm gonna play with some different activities that we can have on here. Instruction. So right when someone gets plopped into the playbook, I'm gonna have an instruction saying, you are attempting to create an blog post for developer.servicenow.com. Ha, plug 2. Please tell us your idea before moving on. Sure. All right, so this is just a display. Actually, we'll say this stage is for ideation. I'll save that, and then I'm going to add my first input activity, which is called user form. And we're going to say, tell us your idea. And we're going to say the table is artifact.
This feels like it could almost replace an order guide or be better than an order guide. That's kind of the sense I got when we looked at it last Tuesday. And I just to be clear to everyone, I have not had a lot of hands-on with Process Automation Designer. That's why I'm asking this.
In the sense of fulfillment on the agent side, yes. Like,
got it. Okay, so you wouldn't you wouldn't put it in a portal for like self-service. It's more of like, yeah, if you had process users that you want to like show them some inputs and do some things, and then maybe show them some more inputs later on and do some things.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the triggered record is the trigger. And so form view is helpful because if you know the form view, that of all the fields that you want to show it on, so like there's the ITIL form view, or everyone knows default, or self-service, or like the workspace one. If you have that, you could put that there. But in form fields, if you just want to show very specific fields, this is where you would do it. So in this one, I would say short description. And if you want, you can just make a comma separated list of all the things that you want to show. So short description, and I will show, what's the idea? Is it type? Is it just type?
Type. Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna put type up there just to show that it's there. And I'm gonna save that. Okay, so technically speaking, we have a playbook. So let's go look to see if I did just these steps right. I could press the test button, but I actually want to go to, I'm gonna go into agent workspace and see if I can see it there. Because I know the trigger, so hopefully it just shows up. Oh, first, I need to add a new record menu item. Oh, what is that table called? What's the table to call? It's something like sys as. No. Oh, you know how I usually get to it? This is how I usually get to it.
I'm not sure
Agent
what we're talking
workspace.
about.
Oh, so up here. So when you click on this button, out of box, it goes to interaction.
Oh, got it.
I want the
Oh,
option.
yeah.
I want the option to add the artifacts to it, which is.
I should know that. Sys, Phil says sys UX, which is most of the now experience stuff. But
I remember seeing it in this guided setup, new record menu. There it is.
so I could look it up while you're doing this.
It is sys AW new menu item. We were all way off. We were all way off. All right, let me create a new record for that and see if we can get that popped up. Yeah, see, we're doing it live. We're configuring from scratch. Let's go. That's nice. While we wait for this to load, I have a question. Is my face on screen yet right now? No, right?
No, you're not on screen.
Good, people can't see me turning slightly more red by the as time goes forward.
I'll take some screenshots and put them in the chat.
No, thanks. I'm good. Thanks, man. All right, so here it is. Artifact, agent workspace. I'm gonna go ahead and add that. And let's refresh this. See if it adds it. Yep, there it is. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do a new artifact. we're going to say the idea is idea, which is right. And the other trigger was state.
Or type.
Which I think I got type. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah. Type is blog post. You're right. Type is blog post and state is idea. And if I save it, hopefully it shows up right here. Did it save? Okay, it didn't show up. All right, so what did I forget?
Is it supposed to do it automatically, or do you have to add something to the form to make the playbook show
I
up?
think there is something that we have to add. Let me look at workspace real quick. If it jogs my memory. Yeah, related items. You're right. All right, so with the playbook experience, you want to also have it automatically display the playbook tab when it's triggered for agent workspace. And that's via this, you can either do it through related list actions or related items. Oh, also kudos to Lisa Holenstein and Yaron, what's his last name? For all the materials they gave me for teaching me this stuff. Some of it was pretty dense.
Yeah. Did you run through Lisa's CreatorCon lab?
Oh yeah, we'll
Just to
link that in
plug
the,
it. It's great.
yeah, that one was really, really helpful of getting started with Playbook. So we'll post that in the link, just in the links description after recording, because that was very helpful for me to get through. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna copy another one that exists, and I'm just gonna insert into mine, change it to my table, and I think that's all I have to put. So let me save. Let's refresh this and see if it worked. Hey, look at there. There it
There we
is.
go.
Okay, let's do this from scratch. So artifact. Okay, so it's not there yet because no playbook has been triggered. This is a great segue too. So for future, we have different types of artifacts. We have blog posts. This is where we put our live streams and our like podcasts. This is how we track all of our media stuff. I'm just creating a playbook for blog posts, but there could be a playbook for blog posts, a playbook for live streams, etc., all hitting different things. And the playbook will only show up when it's ready to show up for that specific one, or multiple playbooks for a single one, which is really cool. So like it's very configurable to a very specific persona that might be doing this stuff. And so I'm going to go ahead and put blog post idea, save, and once it saves, boom, playbook. And here's that interface. So here's the our first stage. You'll see ideation, and if we have when we make our next stage with activities, you'll see them pop up under here. But here's our first one saying, "Hey, you're attempting to create a blog post for developers ServiceNow.com. This stage is for ideation." And this is an instruction, so I can say complete. I can skip it. But the cool thing about this is because we can design the whole process within the playbook, a person doesn't we don't even need to show the details anymore. And I if I have time later, I'll show how to hide details on insert. So that's I think I saw Sam in the
Ooh.
chat mention record generators. That's something new in Rome, and I'm hoping I have time to talk about that. Otherwise, we might have like a part 2 to talk about the new stuff in Rome, because what we can do now in Rome is the moment you hit new artifact, it could launch into playbook and not even show details.
I think that's what I would want for this, because, and I think, so could we do the same? I know this is a tangent, but could we do multiple playbooks in that list for the same table? Like
Yep.
if I wanted to say new blog or new live stream,
Yep.
and then have it take me to the record generator for the different playbooks.
Yeah, and I think how it would look like is you could have so especially for this one where we might have multiple playbooks, what we could do is when you insert it, it'll create the record, and then the first playbook will say like, what kind of thing are you doing? And then
Mhm.
you could pick idea, or you could pick blog post, or you could pick live stream or podcast, and then a different playbook would appear right below it, or I think it's either right below it or on another tab. and
Ooh.
um and so yeah, you could put everybody through a now step 1 through X list, and they could do all the things that they would normally do via Playbook, and now they can't get it wrong because they have to follow a certain order and a certain criteria and stuff like that. So that's like the opportunities for like here's a good use case. My last workplace, UC San Diego, shout out, woo, they have a service desk, but like during certain months, everyone knows that your service desk has an influx of customers. And at the university, that's usually like on move-in weekend or when fall applications come out or something like that. There's an influx of incidents. And sometimes they ask, hey, non-service desk employees, if you have time to help us inside to take care of our cases, we would love the help. Don't worry about being trained. You just have to follow the instructions in the playbook. That's one of the things that is a use case to be helpful, that could be used for something, or just being able to train a person that's new, and so that, and it's like, hey, just follow the playbook and you'll figure it out. And then if you think you got that down, you can jump into, feel free to use either the agent workspace interface or the regular agent interface. That's up to you, kind of thing. So those are like some cool
Yeah,
uses.
the reason why this is nice for Artifact Manager, you know this, but our artifacts, depending on the type, they do like crazy things depending on what state you put it in. So if you put a live stream into ready, I think it's ready to work, it publishes to YouTube. No, even if you didn't, update the description and it just has some stub text in it.
Yep.
So, and it does something different if it's a blog. It may do something totally different if you change the state. So, yeah, walking somebody through how to do that is nice. And Phil says it's like embedding a record producer in the record itself.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. How many times, like during a catalog workflow, have you wanted to prompt someone for more information that's really specific information that, maybe you don't want to do that through a catalog task.
Yeah, and so if I pull up this artifact that was created, whoa. You'll see if I press update here, I finished the small playbook I have right now, but it's updating live on the other side. And what's cool, I learned this recently, is this entire interface is live. So even if you have multiple people staring at the same playbook or same at the file on a service portal or in the normal ITIL view and stuff like that, the progress updates live. So you don't have to worry about stepping on each other's toes or anything too. Cool. So this is the agent workspace interface for it. I could have also pressed the test button and showed you the preview side. So I'll do that right now. Whoa, I don't want to mess with any of these though. I'm not gonna mess with any of those. I'll do that later then. All right, so the ideation side, we're gonna say that's the all we need to do for that. And then for the approval side, I'm gonna give another instruction because it always helps for the new teams. And so when I say new teams, that's the one thing I forgot to, I'm not really gonna show you just because I don't know what groups are set up in this instance yet. But what's cool about all of these activities is if it's an actionable activity, especially like this tell us your idea record activity, this could be assigned to people also, just that card. And so we could say which assignment group should this go to, which person should this go to. And so further down the line, we won't have an assigned person to this card just because anybody will say that anybody can ideate in our instance. But for the approval, we can assign that step to a specific person that we know that needs to give us approvals for that stuff. So that's another cool thing. It's kind of like a full flow with approval process, like a request item, but all within these card interfaces. So this instruction is go through the checklist and make sure this idea fits all the criteria we have for a good blog post. And I'm gonna show a, oh, here's a gotcha. Make sure always make sure to scroll to the bottom and hit the save button. The amount of times I forgot to hit the save button and moved on to the next thing, and I lost progress on some things. Like 5 on it. Not that many times, but it's frustrating when you realize that's what's causing the problem. And so this next task is we're gonna do a checklist task. We're not gonna actually create a approval just because time and jumping around too much tables right now. But we're gonna say just for this one, we can attach a checklist template. And so we can say, I don't know what this checklist template is, but I'm going to use it. But we can pretend that it. So if you have the checklist added onto your records, like on incident or on case, you'll know that you could put in a bunch of checklists. Then you can press the checklist button. Then you can say save template, and then if you save that template, then you can have access to it here. And then by nature of having it here, it will automatically bring that into the playbook. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there. And I'm going to have that checklist assigned to this artifact record. I'll save that. Let's see what that looks like already, actually. Figure it from here. Okay, I moved to spiking my juice drink, so I'm going to have more accelerated drinking now.
Uh-oh.
We're going to get. I didn't publish this, so this is not going to work. I gotta hit the. Scroll. Wait, where is it? I can't get over. 1 second. Activate. There we go. Now I'm going to redo that.
So do you have to start a whole new playbook?
You know, that's a good idea. Let's I didn't see it.
I assume so, but
No, that's a good idea. Let's check. Let me create a new list with this first. No, so it's just like all the other things that have publish buttons. It creates a context, and if you update the actual playbook, then already running contexts aren't automatically updated. Can they be updated? I don't know. I don't know that. But anyways, here's the thing. You can see if you click here, you're not able to you'll see that there's still pending because we still have previous stuff to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and run through this. What's another idea for a blog post?
I need to write a post for evam filtering.
All right, cool.
There we go.
So that mark complete. And it'll start the next one. I need to go through this checklist. I don't know what this newsletter checklist is, so hopefully it's not anything bad.
Oh yeah, I hope it is.
Oh, it's an empty checklist. It's an empty checklist. Okay, so that's even perfect, more perfect. Should I go back and make a checklist?
Nah, let's just keep going.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna skip past that. Just for the sake of this. All right, cool. All right, so on the draft side of things, this is where we're going to start actually updating the records and preparing it for pushing to GitHub. And so we'll do user form and we'll say pick a writer and going to be on artifact again. It's going to be this record. We're going to say assign to have a user input that, because once we have that, then theoretically, I think we could do the rest. So let's do update record. say an artifact. This record. Want to update. So assign to will have already been picked on the previous one. And we need to do slug. Slug will be based off of, we'll do the short description. We're gonna try to automate this, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, nice.
Is it short? Where's short?
I think it's title.
Oh, title. Okay, thanks. Oh, they don't have the. We don't have the function transform.
Ouch.
Okay, so we don't have that yet. So I guess we'll tell them that we need. I could have sworn there was a function transform somewhere. I thought I saw it somewhere. Okay, so we're gonna need to. We will need to automate that somewhere else to be able to do that.
Can we ask somebody for the slug?
Yeah, we can. We could do that on the previous step. So if we do that on the previous step, which let me save this and we'll come back to this. So this one, the slug, and for everyone, what the slug is, if you know the GitHub API for creating posts or files, you need to have you need to have a slug, which is the name of the file, basically.
Yeah, and that shows up in the URL when you access a developer blog post.
Should I verify it's called slug?
Yeah, I would verify that.
Yeah, it's slug.
Oh, there we go.
All right, so this means this person is going to be asked for the assignee and the slug. And then when they pick that one, this one will. So here, I'm going to explain a difference between update record and another one called automated update record. So you'll notice that it's split up into two menus after default, interactive and non-interactive. If you do automated update record, whatever you set in this properties, it'll automatically launch and then move forward to the next activity that it finds. If you do just the update record, the one I'm doing right now, the person that's doing the playbook has to press another button to move forward. It's kind of like another stopgap. It's kind of like, oh, after you pick the writer and slug, you press this button when you're ready to publish to GitHub. When you, upon completing this activity, GitHub will automatically the blog post will be automatically drafted in GitHub. All right, so we'll say that. And then, yeah, save that. Oh, I forgot to update it. So the field is state, and it is now this is the interesting part. I can't remember because for some reason they don't give you the drop down of choices once you pick the field.
Oh, so that's just the value?
I'm thinking it's just the value because yeah, I'm thinking it is. So let me check. Ready to work is 3.
Oh, I think it was ready.
Oh, ready?
Yeah, 3 was the sequence.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. Keen eye. All right, so we'll save that. Let's try it because that's. Let's see if it goes to GitHub. Someone in chat, before I get there, tell us a new idea that I could put in here. Cool, not everyone at once. That's chill. I'm gonna make an idea.
There is a bit of a delay, but let's
Oh, that's
see.
true. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up.
That's more creative than my. I usually just write like success, hoping that it works.
So we're gonna say I'm the writer, and the slug will be. I already forgot the idea. Holy moly!
Something
I
about
just typed it.
emojis.
Oh yeah. Emojis in scripting. So that's. I probably should have put that in the description of what the formatting should be for slugs, but it's lower caps with with hyphens instead of spaces. I probably should have added that, but it's okay. I want to say complete. Yeah, Sam has a good question. Do we have a table of all of the drinks we've ever reviewed?
No, I think it's something we've always thought maybe some viewer will go watch all the episodes
Oh
and
man.
come up
And
with that.
should we also we should send a t-shirt or something to whoever does that.
Oh, if somebody does that, they can definitely have some swag.
All right, so let's see what happens. Let me pull up this artifact now though, just so we can see what's going on. Oh, there it is. It's right there. All right, so what we should see happen
So we did
is
get a slug.
this should go to ready to work, and a draft URL should show up here. So let's see what happens with the playbook update. Okay. Did it? Let's see if it worked anyways. No, it didn't. Huh. I'm not in global though.
I wonder if does the playbook need to be in the same. No, because we've already updated that record, right?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't run into this earlier. I mean, I can grant that, right?
Yeah, I would go ahead and grant it, but
Oh wait, how do I redo that again?
if you go to the app record, you are on the app record. If you scroll up, let's make sure that it's updatable from.
Oh yeah. Backing.
Oh, let's look at the
Oh,
table.
we
Sorry.
should look at, yeah, that's right. I was about to
Yeah.
open up artifact managers. Would that be the dictionary, right?
You can go table in that list. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Let's open up create an update because it's not going to work otherwise.
Interesting.
It's also weird that you're not in that scope and it's letting. Oh, you changed to that scope.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
I did it. Record. Okay, so this is interesting. So I don't know if I can back.
Oh yeah, I think you're gonna have to start over.
Yeah, I wonder if I think there's a way to backstep, but I can't remember. I don't know how, so we're not going to on the stream. Oh, I'm gonna need a new idea. Drink deal. Conning a viewer into watching all our old LCHS pages. That's a good idea for a blog post, right?
That's right.
Oh yeah, complete. Change drinks 5 date All right, let's see if it works this time. Before I click it, let me check one. No, I already moved away. Whatever. Update. That's a good sign. All right, so the playbook is done. Let's go back and check that artifact. So it isn't ready to work. Perfect. And there's the draft URL. There you go. The integration worked.
Wow. That looks great.
Yeah, and so if I go to, so I set it up to not push to production, so it's not in, it's not going to show up in the developer site. I set up a dev version of that repo. So if I refresh this, it should show a new commit as of a few seconds ago. There it is. And here is that folder and the new blog post ready for writing.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, that's pretty good.
Take a
All
drink.
right. Yeah, a drink. Yay. I think I ran through this actually only once. So and I think I was in a global scope and I was worried that me doing it in a scoped app this time was going to produce severely different results.
Nice.
So I'm glad that it didn't. Okay, so how are we doing on time? Good.
We have a little over 10 minutes of demo time or building time left. What was the thing that we weren't sure we were going to get to?
So I'm going to try to show how to make it a record generator.
Oh
And
yeah.
so that when you go into Artifact, it automatically launches into Playbook. Okay, so I have 0 notes on this. Let me think this through. And I'm like halfway through my drink, so that
I'm excited.
holy moly. What is this thing even called? Process automation.
Yep.
Process automation design. No, it's not that. It's Playbook. Playbook experience. Yeah. Okay, so in Playbook experiences, there is a new thing called record generators here. There is none, so I don't know if I'll be able to copy off it. So hopefully I get it right. Artifacts, process definition. Well, there's only one option, so that's good. I don't think are you seeing these windows pop up?
We are.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we are.
Am I one of the first people on LCHH that is streaming from a PC?
Possibly.
Okay, create record view. I'm just gonna pick workspace because I'm trying to remember what that exactly does. All right, let's just see. Create record activity name. Okay, so this one I remember I wrestled with this a while because if you install the demo stuff, they have something in here and you're kind of just sitting there like, what does that mean? And why? Like, I don't understand what that's trying to do. And what that is if you go back to Process Automation Designer, before you want to, if you want to make a record generator, you need to also add a automated create record task or activity. And what that does is, remember the automated one is it just happens, right? And if you remember from Agent Workspace, we had to open it, go into Artifact, and then set it to the exact trigger to make the playbook show up. So that means this artifact isn't actually created yet until we press save. It's just staged. And so we need a step for it to actually create it. And so create artifact. Whoa, what was that? Did you see that?
I saw it. Looked like maybe
weird.
a keyboard thing. I don't know.
Like maybe. All right, so create artifact record is what we're going to call it. And we're going to make it go into the artifact table. And we're going to say the fields are type is idea. No,
Or a
is
blog post.
Blog post.
Yeah.
I should check that, huh? Let me check what the choice, the value is.
Blog.
Log. I would have got that wrong. And we want the state to be idea. Oh, and earlier the ready for work value worked. We
Yeah.
didn't think about that. All right, so now that we've created that one, we're gonna take this label, create artifact record, and that's what you put here.
Ugh,
Yeah.
I do not love that.
Yeah, I wrestled with that for a little bit.
I don't like that at all.
Okay, so I don't know how much more configuration we need for that to work. So let's see if it works.
Do we need to publish it? Did you publish it?
Well, here's the playbook. It's already launched.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Configuration error.
I never even published it. You're right.
Maybe that's why it was a configuration error, because it didn't get published with that create.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Activate. Yay. I closed it. All right, now let's try it. No.
Type app.
Okay, so there is more configuration. Okay, so we know we have that. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, I remember. So in workspace experience, there is a thing called workspace view rules. And in this, if you create a new one, hide details for artifact. Listen to artifact. Workspace is agent workspace, and the view is what we do here is on form settings, you say hide details. And now that I have hidden the details on this workspace view rule, artifact, boom. Oh, configuration error again. Okay,
but
so
you did hide the other part, so that
yeah,
that is interesting.
we did launch into a playbook, so that's helpful. Cool. It's not.
Is it
I'm glad I'm
possible
running
there's
into
like
errors.
some required fields that don't have default values that aren't getting
Let's see.
entered? Look at the workspace view.
I just want to see what else would be. I don't think there's any required fields on here.
Good for us. What if you change the type to block?
No,
Nope.
it's still not required. All right. Well, this is why playbooks could be good too, because it enforces some things. All right, let's see.
Huh.
I'm sorry, I need to realize I'm also drinking. I'm not used to speaking while drinking, and I think I get faster when I drink. So I'll try to intentionally slow myself down a little bit. Someone in chat pointed out that Earl's getting faster. So I'll go ahead and try to be
But you
intentional about that.
can, as Phil says, you can watch the playback at 0.75. So
Not live though.
type blog state idea. That looks right.
Did it create those? Let's check if it created
Oh,
those.
yeah.
It's not
No.
even creating them. Okay, so let me think. I know you have to have the create artifact record.
Yeah, it feels like it's not calling the playbook.
Oh, I think I still have maybe I should get rid of these criteria. Try that. Just see what happens.
You publish it again.
Ah, thanks.
Okay.
It's very descriptive.
I know you said, where's that configuration where you configured the the button with the record generator. Create
no.
record activity name. That feels wrong, but you said that that's how you do it.
Well, let's see if it's not that. It has. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah,
not. Do you think it would be that?
is there maybe like a name that gets automatically created from the label?
I'm willing to try that just in case. You know, just to be sure, I'm just going to make them back to normal so that we don't worry about that as an error. Okay, so let me, I know. You know, I think this is the part where, because I said I had to wrestle with it for a while. It took me a few configurations to figure out how to get it to show to do that. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what it is, but I'm blinking out on it right now. So I don't want to. Yeah, Phil has actually a good suggestion. I'm take another drink. Okay. let's dive. I'm gonna look around again for a couple more minutes. If not, then I might have to like post a blog about follow up on it, or maybe an episode 2. An override.
Yeah, it says activity name, which is the only.
It's this activity name. Yeah. So it wants to know it from the process. Create record. Well, I have it as automated create record. Let's change it to regular create record and see if that fixes it. Okay, I need that. Y'all, I'm like kind of sweaty. I'm really warm, and I'm not running the fan.
Looking at the docs, it says for create record activity name, it says enter a name to display on the record generator activity inserted as the first step in the specified process generation. So
Yeah,
I don't know that it actually, like, it seems like maybe you don't actually need that. But let's try it.
Oh.
What if you remove that create record activity and try it?
So what? Okay, I'll try.
Oh. So create record, form view, template field, process definition.
I'm trying to remember what I did. Are there any questions in the chat for other stuff besides this?
There is a standalone playbook component? Have I been using it wrong? No.
No, there's a standalone. It's Playbook preview. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, I think it was a follow-on to the first question, which is trigger the only way to enter playbooks, or can you enter a journey through a playbook? It seems like, based on what we're trying to do with the record generator, that you can enter the journey through a playbook.
So this is the standalone interface for the playbook to look around. Hey, I'm happy that I was able to get to the part where it's published to GitHub. So that's I'm thinking that's a success.
We have success. It's just this. So maybe we need a playbook record generator blog.
Yeah, I think so. I'll create a slug for that. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing in 3, 2.
All right.
Can you see the sheen of sweat on my forehead? Yay.
All right. Well, thanks for showing us playbooks. That was great. We had some success, and we got a follow-up action. So
it's perfect. Good. It's perfect because you want to get to a good point where you show that it works, and then you want to show what else can be done in the future, and we have something still to achieve. It's the developer life, right?
That's right. Okay. Well, it is now time to rate our beers, or whatever we were drinking.
A bottle of Jack. I don't know, a solid 3.8 or 3.75.
Nice. I had the Brooklyn Special Effects non-alcoholic. My ceiling for a non-alcoholic beer is 4, and I'm going to give this a 3.25. It was okay.
Nice. Well,
all right.
Thanks for letting me drive.
thanks for driving. Yeah. Thanks everybody for joining us. I don't think we have any announcements. We are doing Creator Toolbox every Tuesday morning, US time, live coding happy hour every Thursday afternoon. We've been releasing at least a blog every week and a Breakpoint podcast every other week, all Rome themed. And you can expect to continue watching those through the end of September, when we may change up the schedule a little bit. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. But yeah, everybody, thanks for joining us, and we will talk to you again on Tuesday morning Creator Toolbox. So bye, everybody.
Bye.